Alright, what's up YouTube? So here for another video. This will be about essentially your abundance of choices and how it's actually hurting you when you are trying to change or be somebody else or fix an area in your life. So essentially, what I mean by this is in terms of, you could say, nutrition, which is what I've had to go through, an area that I've had to fix in order to fix my psoriasis and get that managed, is essentially when I was going through it, I found out that obviously psoriasis is related, starts with digestion, it's also related to your autonomic system and nervous system just kind of being out of whack. But the entrance point to it is essentially your gut biome, having to heal that and then fix your filtration system and for filtration system and lymphatic system and also your digestive system. So, and then that'll fix other things as well. So it's just kind of like a pathogen ladder, sorry. But essentially, for this is essentially you are having to dial down on nutrition to get it fixed, obviously. And for a lot of people, I see that, when they're trying to fix their nutrition or change certain aspects of their dietary habits, they always have the option of being able to opt out whenever they want because there's no repercussions. For me, when I was doing it, the repercussion was I would have psoriasis forever. So basically, I made the commitment. Well, I knew the other option would be medications, which I wasn't going to do, and it would be way more out of my pocket, which I wasn't a fan of. So essentially, for me, the other option, as opposed to not fixing my diet and having the right habits and developing the right habits, even though I didn't want to, because I just paint you a picture. Essentially, I went one day, eating whatever I wanted. I had a big, I would say, I guess, Italian kind of diet of like, lasagna, pizza. I was eating like fast food, whatever basically I felt the need to, I would eat, and there would be no repercussions. But essentially, when I found out that was dietary, I had to do a 180 completely, like from day and night. So I found a book about it, started reading it, and then from day and night, I just switched my diet. So I mean, this is something a lot of people can't do. I cold turkeyed something which is so common for people, which is the food they eat every day. They're so addicted to certain foods that they can't comprehend you being able to do that. And essentially, I had no choice. So essentially, the reason why I succeeded is because, like I said, my other choice was medications, which is something I wasn't going to do. So realize that your abundance of choices of being able to, eat however you want, you know, have desserts, have any kind of food, and not have any kind of repercussions is what's actually hurting you. So the best way to go around this is essentially cut your options somehow. So what I recommend is essentially having an accountability group. Essentially finding ways, maybe by playing devil advocate with research and stuff like this, or just kind of finding ways to make the journey binary. It has to be binary. If it's too broad, like I said, with so many choices you have of eating one way and it's fine, I just go back to this way of eating. Like understand that it has to be a binary kind of road. So it's either you do it or you don't, and you not doing it has to be feeling more painful than you actually doing it. So there's gonna be pain either way. There's pain of you adjusting your diet and being a healthy person, or there's pain of you not adjusting your diet, being unhealthy and suffering the consequences of that. So it's one or the other. You don't see it because you just think it's, I can just do whatever I want, and then you don't understand there's actually just two roads. So this is something that will help you tremendously. For me, like I said, I was blessed where I just like was given the other two roads by default. So I essentially had no other choice. I didn't have the choice of like, okay, hey, I don't like this diet too much. Let me go back to how I was eating before. Because if I did that, everything else would just flare up. I would have really bad psoriasis, and I'd be speaking to you right now super miserable because I went against basically my values of not taking my values of not taking medication, and I'll essentially be against that that value system, and essentially just be miserable, right? So this is something that you have to understand, that you have to make it binary somehow in your head, or else it'll be too easy to essentially just opt out of it and go back to how everyone else is eating. So like I said, the number one tool that I would say is accountability. So having someone that maybe doesn't have the option, like me, of being able to go back to eating complete garbage and shit. So that person is going to have that mentality. They'll be able to put that in you, instill that in you, because if you just eat the way your circle is eating, or most of your friends don't have any probably dietary restrictions, then they'll just say, hey man, like why are you eating that way? That kind of just make fun of you, and you just go back to eating like everybody else, which is not the goal here. So understand that your options have to be cut somehow, whether it's by force or just finding ways to do it through like a mental game you play. But this is essentially super huge, and this will save you, the stress of just kind of teeter tottering. Like one day you're doing it, one day you're not, one day you're doing it. And like you have so many different options of doing it. So find a way to make it binary. I'm doing it, or I'm not, and the pain of this one hurts more than this one, and that'll be essentially the game changer for you, being able to just first off your nutrition, but you can apply this to anything, right? It's like business, relationships, stuff like that. The binary way is always the best way. It's like do or die. So that should help you, and more value coming. Just a quick thought I had today about the subject. So if you have any questions about anything dietary related, I am helping people with that on my Instagram. So you can follow me and connect there. I'm Mr. Daniel Arce. The link will be in the description. And if you do like the video, please like and subscribe. More will be coming, just kind of off the top of my head in terms of things that come about, and maybe doing a video series as well. So look out for that. So